Hello, I'm Daniel Hines with SteinerBooks, and I'm here today with author John Bloom to talk about his book, The Genius of Money. John, tell our viewers, what can people expect to find in this book?
Well, The Genius of Money was written as a result of a kind of personal journey that I took with understanding my own relationship to money. Working with many organizations, I discovered that there was a bit of a disconnect between aspirations and visionaries and entrepreneurial leaders, and then talking about money, the same people, the same faces would show up at the table, but with a very different mood. So from inspiration to anxiety and scarcity, and that disconnect really intrigued me, and I felt that there was an opportunity for some real transformative work to be done there. And of course at that moment I said, great, this is wonderful work to take on. Have you done that work on or for yourself? And the answer was no, not yet. So I really began a kind of inner journey with money, my own relationship to it, discovering both how different kinds of transactions live from a perspective of our feeling life or our thinking, our actions, what we're looking for into the future. And then also began to look at what are all the messages that we've been receiving culturally about money for a long, long period of time. So the first segment of the book is really taken from the history of art. There are important art historical pieces that have aspects of money in them, and then trying to understand the messages that were there, because many times the arts were really the primary tool of communicating morals, morality around things, and quiet and subtle messages about money that we would just take in simply because we were looking at a painting and it was very beautiful. So I wanted to understand the sort of cultural messages, and then from there, the middle section is really about my own personal journey, so it's about the inner landscape of transactions. And then the third part of the book is actually interviews with individuals whom I have found had actually done a lot of work on for themselves around transforming how they work with money in the world. And I thought it was important for people to hear what somebody else's voice sounded like, who had really been very thoughtful about that. So the last segment is a number of interviews.
Mm-hmm. Great. So the book's been out for a few years, and have you gotten, as the author, have you gotten reactions from readers? Have they told you interesting things about what they got from the book?
Mm-hmm. Well, two different themes that I've heard from the book. Different chapters from it have been used by organizations to take up as a study, whether that's a board of trustees or people in the program who want to understand how to work with money, particularly folks who are raising money, doing development work, because that is, of course, where the deeper money questions often come. I often like to say fundraising is sacred work, but then how does one go into the sacred? How does one understand that? How do you unpack that? And then I would say the second stream is that it has been picked up as a textbook in at least 2, now maybe 3 MBA programs, simply because there are not very many textbooks or other books that really address money and how it works in the world from the same perspective, certainly not on the philanthropic side. And it's really important for social entrepreneurs to understand that as they go out and move into the world of capital, that they can possibly find a way to align the capital that they need and who's offering that capital with their mission and their purpose in life. So
okay. Well, that sounds like a very interesting read, John. Thank you for taking the time to explain the book. And this is author John Bloom and his book, The Genius of Money.
Thank you.